Kunal, let me quickly get your BTST ideas for our viewers.
So in terms of BTST ideas, I'll go with two buy calls. The first one is actually a buy on Tata Motors. My sense is that the stock would probably have formed a near-term bottom for itself. So would suggest a target of 620 for the stock. Stop loss to be kept at 550. And Reliance Industries is the other stock which I strongly believe is at a very attractive juncture, just closer to that 1155.60 mark. So look out for targets in the range of 1200. Stop loss at 1125.
Right. Jen, let me get a final word from you, and I just try and understand from you if you are looking at the charts very closely at this point in time, any sector that you are liking at this point, and which one would you actually try and gauge more deeper?
I like the chemical sector at this instance. In fact, at the top within that is Saraf there. But given the market's turmoil, I'm very happy, staying on the sidelines. And see, bottoming is a process; it's not an event. So bottoming gives you enough time for the markets to settle down. And I would any day be outside the market, regretting that I was inside the market, rather than be inside the market and regret that I should have been outside the market. So with that caveat in mind, I like the chemical sector.
Chemical space is looking attractive on the charts. On that note, thank you so much, Deepak, as well as Jay and Kunal for joining us on the show to talk about the markets as well as the way forward. If you look at the markets very closely at this point in time, looks like we are actually going to shut shop near the day's highest point, given the fact that we've seen a recovery of about 480 points when you talk about the Nifty. Let's take a look at Nifty Bank as well, because the recovery there also is pretty healthy. You have the Nifty Bank that's recovered about 839 points from the day's low. So some sort of recovery creeping into the markets. Remember that if you look at the way how Indian markets have fared when you compare it to the Asian peers, we've outperformed most of the Asian peers in today's trading session. But all eyes will be on how the US markets actually open for trade, given the fact that you have the Dow futures that are indicating a cut of about 1,000 points already. For the Dow, remember you have a silver lining coming in, that's the crude oil prices that have seen a sharp knock. But we have Snehi over there standing by to actually give us a roundup of the market closing. Snehi, over to you.
Well, absolutely. Let's take a look at how we fared in today's trading session. It started out on a very weak footing, very somber note. From today's lowest point, we have seen a recovery of roughly 200, anywhere between 250 and 300 points from the day's lowest point. We are closing around the 22,200 mark. Remember, at one point of the day, we had slipped as low as 21,800, 900 levels, sub the 22,000 marker, that is. So we've seen some recovery from the day's lowest point, but nonetheless, it's a 3% cut coming in on an intraday basis on the Nifty. Sensex in tandem with the Nifty, 2.7% cut coming in on that front. Advanced decline ratio, at least from the day's lowest point, some stocks have managed to move over to the advances, because at one point we had only 88 stocks in the green and the remaining in the reds. At least that picture has fared up a little bit, but India Wix is the one counter to talk about today. And look at that spike coming in, a 67% spike coming in on an intraday basis. We're at the 23 mark when it comes to India Wix. Let's take a look at what Nifty Bank has done in today's trading session, and a 3% cut coming in on Nifty Bank today as well. So that's also a sector that has not done well. In fact, 1,500 points cut on an intraday basis for Nifty Bank. While the mayhem continues for today's trading session on the broader end of the markets, Nifty Midcap was lower in today's trading session, along with small cap. Midcap saw a cut of in excess of 3.5%. Small cap also over there, a 3.5% cut coming in for the small cap index too in today's trading session. Let's take a look at sectorally what's done well and what's not. In fact, all the sectors have ended in the red today. The biggest loser was Nifty Metal, almost a 7% cut coming in on Nifty Metal, and names like Nalco, Hind Copper, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, Jindal Steel, all of these stocks were out today. But we're talking about Tata Steel. That's not the only Tata group of Tata stock that was out today. Talk about TCS, Tata Steel, Trent, Tata Chemical, Tata Communication, all of these Tata group of stocks were down in today's trading session, particularly Trent, a free fall not seen in the last 4 years for a stock like Trent, on the back of a very weak set of Q4 updates coming in, and a rating and a target price cut coming in from Antique. They've kept the rating as the buy for Trent. Let's move on and talk about some other stocks that were in focus in today's trading session. Delivery, on the back of the acquisition of Ecom Express, that stock was in focus. Jubilant, Trent, GCPL, all of these stocks in focus on the back of of quarter four updates coming in. Nykaa, good set of quarter four updates coming in. Same for Macrotech. They've crossed their FY25 guidance, but that stock has also given into market pressure and was extremely low in today's trading session. Utkarsh Small Finance Bank, poor set of numbers coming in, and Tata Motors on the back of the brokerage note, as well as the pause announced to the shipments to the US for JLR. That's roughly how we are ending today's trading session. At least we are above the 22,200 mark on the Nifty. So that's a bounce back from the day's lowest point, but nonetheless, almost a 3% cut is what we are going home with.